So this is a 10-minute sitting practice, and the goal of this meditation practice is to learn one of the first skills of meditation, which is to sit still, is to help you work with the restlessness that's in the body. It's a foundation skill in meditation, and quite often I'll see meditators who have been meditating for a long time, or say they've been meditating for a long time, have a certain level of skill. But when it comes to just doing a 20-minute practice where it's just something simple, looking at the breath or just observing the body, there's a lot of movement after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. There's a lot of movement, there's scratching, there's shifting, there's all sorts of things. So that first level skill isn't there yet. It doesn't mean they don't have other skills developed, but it's a foundational skill in meditation to sit still, because there's a lot of insight and content within just that. The energy system can open up quite a lot, and a lot of insight you can get from it. So the first part is sitting. You can do sitting or cross-legged. I'll just talk about sitting in a chair. All you need to have is that your hips are higher than your knees. If you find you're sitting in a chair with your knees up higher than your hips, you'll be fighting yourself the whole time to sit there. The hip flexors lock on too much. And all the body's in this slouch position here. We don't want that. So just having a central column through your body already helps the energy be more uplifted, and to help prevent drowsiness and dullness in the mind. So how you sit, so hips higher than your knees, then your feet are pulled in to a degree as if you're about to sit up. So if I pull my feet in, I can just naturally and slowly and carefully sit up like this. If my feet are out too far, to stand up I have to do this. I have to jolt myself forward. So it's just in just a little bit less than 90 degrees with the knees. And that's the position that we want. Hands just comfortably on the thighs here. There is a connection with the lao bung point in the center of the palm with an energy point on the stomach meridian here. But if you have your fingers just in line with the end of your knees here, that's just contacting anyway. And for most people, that's a relaxed position here. So we're not stiff like this, and we're not back here either, though this can be good too. This seems to support the structure of your body pretty well. So that's the setup position there. With your torso, what we want is that if you have your hands on your hips, if you rock your hip forward, which means that you're arching your lower back, we don't want that, and we don't want the hips rock back where you've got like a slouch in your back here. So if you move your hip back and forward and find the middle of that, generally the back's reasonably straight in the lower back there. So it's stacking the pelvis, and then from there we stack all the vertebrae as if stacking a set of gold coins, a column of gold coins. All the vertebrae are stacked on each other, or like you're stacking kids' blocks on top of each other. So I don't want my posture to get slumped like this, and that's one thing you watch in your meditation, that you're not getting slumped. So I'll open up. So there's just a sense of gentle openness in my chest here. I'm not back like this, just a gentle openness. And the way to get that is to think about not from the front of your head here, but more towards the back, like you're being pulled up, plucked up like on a string, like on a child's mobile. You're being pulled up from there, just gently. And what that'll do, it'll bring the chin in slightly. We don't want it to be like this, but we definitely don't want to be meditating like this, because you'll block what's called the jade gates. Energy gets stuck in the head and can't get back down, which is exactly what the problem that office workers get with tension headaches. So we want this jade gate, or the back of the neck, to spread open, just gently. The tongue's on the roof of the mouth. If you say le, like in French, L-E, le, where the tongue touches the upper palate, that's where we want the tongue to be. So it helps promote an energy circuit through the entire torso. That's really important, especially for higher level meditation, when the energy really starts to kick off. Where it's not just you think it's kicked off, you can feel it like it's very tangible, it's kicked off, it's awakened. So you need the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And the position, once that's stacked, in terms of the alignment, because you have your spine stacked and it's straight like this, my spine's straight, I'm leaning back and it's straight. We want it to be that you feel like your head's in the lightest position, like it's the most balanced position. So we just want to feel that. And we're just feeling the natural balance of the body. So you aim to relax your body as comfortably as you can. You relax, you put the bones in position, so the structure's in position, and then we relax the soft tissue around that. If relaxation becomes like this to you, as you relax, your body goes like this. We don't want this kind of relaxation at this point. It will actually block channels. You're better off just keeping a somewhat upright structure, like your spine is the center pole in a circus tent. So the tent's holding everything up. You're better off having that than letting your body relax into this position. So being mindful of that during the whole practice that we're here. So we're here for 10 minutes. And you can keep your eyes open and you've got your gaze, it'll be down at a little bit of a level, just because the way the chin's pulled in a little bit, the gaze will be down a little bit. So maybe gazing 3 meters in front of you, finding something small on the floor, just keep your gaze on that point. Your gaze just stays there. It's a very diffuse gaze. And we're just being aware of the body. And we're practicing literally just sitting here. Just breathing in and out through the mouth, letting the breath come and go as the body needs to breathe. We're not trying to control the breathing at all. It's just breathing in and out through the nose, tongue on the roof of the mouth. The jaw just staying relaxed, and the body will do what it needs to with that. So 3 things happen generally within sitting meditation when we're just practicing sitting. And the idea of these 3 things happening is the mind wants to become engaged. So it wants to become engaged with things on the outside of you. And then once you get good at not attaching to things on the outside, it'll go, okay, let's attach to things on the inside. So sensations. So the first one is the mystery nose itch. There's itches that come on your body. And it's the nervous system and brain just trying to find out. It just wants that to be scratched. Just that. That's gone. But it's just distracted you from sitting still. And that's a very common thing that happens, is the mystery itch. So we feel the itch. We just sit here. We just don't pay attention to the itch. We're just sitting here. The goal is to just sit still. Just letting the breath be quiet. We'll do more posts on breathing. But the first one is just letting the breath be quiet. In and out through the nose, tongue on the roof of the mouth, jaw relaxed. Spine acting like the central pole in a tent, and the soft tissue will start to release so that the body can actually release deep tensions, and the body starts breathing in it of its own accord and not by your conscious control. So true abdominal breathing can be initiated into the body, and not panic or stress or anxiety reaction type breathing hanging around all the time. So the first one is generally the mystery itch somewhere in your body. The second one, when you learn to not attach to that, not give in to that, it'll start to be pain in the body. So it'll be, if you've got legs crossed, your legs start to feel numb, can feel numb, they feel like there's a claudicant pain, like there's blood being restricted. If it's a sharp pain, it feels like there's a bone going out of position, definitely move, make some changes. But often the bum gets really sore, the knees can get sore from sitting here. The old neck injury you have can start to get sore, so you adjust your posture as needed if you need to. If you're starting to collapse, adjust that, because the neck activation, muscle activation actually supports the joint. But otherwise, it's actually the body giving you another signal. We want attention. Please give me attention. Just like a child screaming out for attention. The more it screams, the more the mother or father is likely to give attention. We just say, no, we're just sitting here. It's only 10 minutes. We can address it later if it's still an issue. We're just sitting here. Aligned posture, breathing quiet. Nothing profound, yet can drop you into really special spaces. So there's nothing real special, nothing profound about what we're doing. It's actually quite mundane. And the mind usually likes to rebel against that. And I'll show you how attached you are to the external world, needing stimulus from phone, external environment, or stimulus from inside you. But it can drop you into quite a profound state and give you some quite practical insights into yourself. And the third thing that meditators will come across when practicing sitting is boredom. And a lot of time is spent in meditation, a lot of it's quite boring things, with the idea of creating more insight, helping to work through our karma that we have, understanding ourselves more deeply. It's often not the most exciting thing, but it can lead to really profound insights and feelings of euphoria over time, feelings of strong energy in the body, a sense of calmness and centeredness and solidarity inside you. After a while, when you look down inside yourself, there's a strength here that wasn't there before. And it's built simply from consistency of practice, following the method, which is practicing sitting here. A good alignment. And boredom is usually the place where people stop practicing. So it can actually be quite a good technique the mind uses to throw at you to stop practicing and engage with the external world more. So keep in mind, keep coming back to this idea, we're building a skill set here. Any emotions that are trapped in tissue that are wanting to be worked on, we work on them, but outside of this practice time. It's only 10 minutes. Any thoughts that keep coming repeatedly, thoughts and messages, we look at them after the practice. Because right now, sensation, emotion, thoughts, the past, the present and the future the past and the future have no meaning right now. There's no meaning. It only has meaning if we attach it to meaning to it, which is being here in the present moment. We're sitting, breathing, very easy, simple. Blink as needed. You'll find if you keep your eyes open, the eyes tend to wash over with fluid to prevent them drying out. You can do this practice with your eyes closed. But if you start to feel sleepy or drowsy, it's better to have your eyes open and just fixed on a single point with a diffuse awareness around you. And the eyes are unmoving. Body still, eyes still. Awareness of we're just practicing sitting still. Training the body to be still.